Greetings, awesome beings, but we don't have Michelle with us today. We have Paul. That was actually the wrong click. I thought it was a different one. So welcome, one and all, and welcome Paul Cook and Bernai. How are we all?
And we're going to have to put together a 4-clip with Michelle, Paul, yourself, and I very soon because it's been a while and she was with us when we started.
Yeah, we definitely need to get Michelle back on. Yeah, we haven't had a chat. Have you ever done an interview with Michelle, Paul?
No, I haven't, mate. I've only done it with you two guys. That's it. I'm still a virgin.
Oh,
well, no,
geez.
not a virgin.
You popped the cherry.
I popped my cherry. I'm still early doors though.
All right, there you go. So it's been put out there. Paul's ready to get out and mingle a bit, guys.
Yeah, that's it. I am doing loads now.
Indeed.
Yes.
Lots
and
of love.
Apparently, we're all famous.
Wow.
Indeed.
Such a legend.
Wow.
Boy. Oh my God. Legend. Oh my God. The legend's growing, Paul. How are we doing? Guys.
There's good reason for it.
This is my show on my channel. Come on. We're in accolades. I'm feeling a bit left out here and offended.
That's good to wake up to. That's good to know. That's a good morning so far.
Yeah, man. That's a great morning. Because
I'm just the backup.
Like 9 in the morning, is it?
It's 20 to 9, yeah. 20 to 9.
20 to 9.
I've had 4 coffees. I've had a bit of ciabatta. Yeah, I'm ready to rock and roll, mate. I'm buzzing.
You're ready to go.
Cam, this is trending. Look at that. Calgary is looking for only Cam all day. Yeah, I had to let her know that this is still a work in progress right here. Work in progress.
And there is an update on the OnlyCam site. Apart from the fact you have to be a Campbell or a Cameron, I've decided that it's just going to be cams, only cams, so no microphones. So it's going to be teaching history through interpretive dance. I think it's going to take off.
I think it's already a thing. I tried selling the fact that people would pay for you to put your clothes back on, and I kept getting shot down with, you don't know how in the dad look is, Bernie. And so, like...
Is that a compliment, or is that... I don't know how to take that.
That's a compliment and a half.
I mean, I am a dad. Let's face it, I am a dad, so, I mean, you know...
And come on, with a bod like that, and like your sleeve,
and abs like that. Look at those dad abs, man. Do you know how long it took me to get them? And God, it was painful getting that sleeve. Had to run out and get a tattoo. I thought it would help the site, you know. The things we do,
we
do, sacrifice ourselves for likes, man.
Exactly.
And welcome to everyone in chat. Stuff Beagle, how you going, Beags? Sonia, hello. Joy, hello. LVK, Machine Head, Cowgirl, hello. Vividness, hello. Tree Seeker, Luke Looking, Isness, Jim Dillinger, everyone, thank you for being here. Welcome. We have a show for you. We have Mr. Paul Cook. We're going to get back into some geopolymers and what is it that we're finding around the world, the realm. What's going on a bit, and maybe a bit of a talk about Malta, because Paul's going to be taking a trip back to Malta, back to where it all began with his new glasses, right? He's going back with the They Live glasses on, right?
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm going back in January for a test run, just to make sure everything's all right, going back to the country, make sure nothing happens. And then I'm going back in March to live and scoop up as much of the history that's been hidden. And I was scratching the surface when I was there a couple of years ago, but now I'm going to take the top layer of the skin off and take the rest of the cake out and show the whole world what's going on there. And then when I'm finished there, I don't want to sound too assertive, but when I'm finished there, I'm going to Libya, and then I'm going to Egypt, and then I'm going to Lebanon. I'm gonna clean up. That's what I'm manifesting up here. This is what I've been manifesting for the last 3 years.
Yeah.
And I'm this close to getting there now.
Nice.
I've got nearly 50,000 subscribers.
Man.
I'm moving out to Malta. Like I've done so much of that manifesting already. I've literally just got to go there and clean up.
Nice. And of course, guys, you'll find the links below. If you're not subscribed to Paul or Bernie, links below. Go across, give them a sub, give them a like, share their work around, help get it out there. Because I've noticed, have you noticed too, Paul, just in the last sort of 2 weeks, they seem to sort of have locked down the views even more, the reach of our videos. Have you noticed that?
Yes, I have noticed that. I have actually noticed that. I noticed. Do you know what I thought it was? I'll be honest. I thought it was because Jason Archaics gets a lot of views, and I thought maybe that the views have gone towards him, like gravitated towards him, because he's like on the scene. I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, I mean maybe, but a lot of his viewers, I've been in quite a few of the live and that you know, there's a few of our audience, but it's vastly, it seems to be newer, sort of different people.
But
I've noticed that
there's so much time in between. And I actually suspect that that's actually only growing the community, and that in fact it's the algorithm suppressing it. And because there's 24 hours in every day, and we only put out like a video at most like a couple hours a day or every 2 days sort of thing, that there's so much other time for views of other content out there that I more suspect it has to do with them not wanting to pay for the advertisement to the content creators, as well as just suppression of this content getting out and trending more compared to the mainstream ones that they have out there. And they probably just stepped up the algorithms.
They've changed their rules again. They've changed their rules. So now what they're saying is, and we've all noticed this, right? They're not showing our videos to our subs. And now they've come out and said that that's what they're doing. They'll show like your videos to maybe 20% of your subs, and then the rest of it they give to just people who are random, that have never seen your content. And then based on the clicks from that, they rate your video as good or bad. So if it's in front of new people and, you know, you get a good click-through rate, they go, okay, and they promote it more. And if you don't, then they go, oh, it's crap, and they just can it pretty much. So, you know, which means it's all about, you know, flashy titles and, you know, thumbnails and stuff, right? Because if you're trying to catch a wider audience, it becomes a different game, because we've sort of, you know, put it like titles that kind of tell what's in there, because our audience, that, you know, they're into that, and that's sort of explanatory. But that's not what the wider, you know, world is doing or into. Right? They just want to hear, you know, these sort of flashy titles, you know,
phrases, certain words. You know, I know what you mean. Clickbait now, isn't it? It's like you have to add certain words now to get a certain amount of views, and I've noticed that myself.
And then also, though, they suppress certain view, like if you have certain words hashtagged or highlighted, the algorithms will suppress it to everybody else and only show it within your subscriber community, sort of thing. To suppress it and make it look like it's out there, but it's actually not out there at all. And just for reference for the audience, right now we're playing one of Paul's videos of him going through an underground water system, exploring. This was under which city in the UK?
It's in the Peak District, which is in the centre of the United Kingdom. Bang in the centre, bang in the middle of it. And you've got a mountain range, and I'm in the mountain range. So I've entered, I think I was about, let me think. I think it's about 600 feet above sea level here. Well, when I entered, and then you see me walking down the steps to sea level. So I think I might be just above sea level in here. What I think they've done here is I think they've lined this tunnel or this mine, or they want to call it a mine, with concrete to keep it watertight. Okay. That's what I think they've done.
So you think it's got a brick under there, or?
I don't know what will be under there, but look, you can see you've got these bars, these metal bars. Someone actually sent me an image the other day, and they showed
Geopolymer concrete over it.
Yeah, so someone sent me an image the other day, and it was a mine being sprayed with concrete, and they had all these bars holding up some not rebar, but some sort of grid framing, cheap metal, but it was obviously acting as a rebar. Yeah. So they put this in it, and I see it getting done. So why were they doing it?
Wow.
Why? Yeah. So that has to be stopped. Right, and that depresses about an inch as well.
And it's interesting. Why didn't they cut it off? I wonder. Is it extremely hard or something?
So,
I mean, I guess if there's lots
and
of
this was under the entire city?
No, this is under a mountain.
Under a mountain. Sorry, yeah, you've done so many.
It's like full on.
Oh wow!
Dwarf.
How far? This is inside the mountain, by the way, and it's actually this is the network. This is the actual network of what I'm going through, and it's like the London Underground, but it's the Derbyshire Underground. And if you look at the top, you can see where
they say this is mine, do they?
They say this is meant to be mines, but it's clearly some old world transport system. Because look at it. Wow. It looks like. By the way, this is spread out over like 4 or 5 mountains. Yeah, this is not like from A to B.
Right. Wow.
Yeah,
it's massive.
Huge.
It's massive. Yeah.
Do you know how many kilometers or miles in total it is?
I'm not sure, but I guess from one side to the other, probably about 6 miles, and then from top to bottom, about 3 miles.
Wow.
So it is humongous. It's humongous. So obviously it's going underneath like 3 mountain ranges.
And I wonder if they use these to connect some of the ancient canals and cities and stuff, right?
This guy here, when I was on the tour, this guy was saying, sorry, mate. Yeah, when I was on the tour, this guy was saying that these mountains actually linked up underground to the other ones. And this is them walking to it.
Wow. Almost like a civilization who didn't live on the surface would do.
Exactly. But, and they're drawing water up
or do you think they're drawing it up? So do you see it more like that rather than like, because it's in the center of the Great Britain, right? So that'd be a perfect place for like a setup if they're pumping water all across, the landmass. That's exactly what so do you think it's more that like a
Yeah, I do, but do actually believe that, Cam. I believe that this was a main water supply for central England or central United Kingdom, because from here it goes to so many different places. Well, obviously we're in the centre of England, and each one of the waters dissipates or ends in the sea. So everything in between that is getting nourished with the rivers. But what I think they've done is they've spent the time and they've put it all underground. Yeah, they've cut all the freshwater supplies off, and they've channeled it underground, and they've started putting the fresh water through factories to cleanse it. So when I was in Buxton and I went to go and get some Buxton water, do you know that Nestle own Buxton? Do you know that?
Yeah, Nestle is notorious for buying out so many different groundwater and spring sources, even here in Canada. Apparently in the US, they're ridiculously bad at that, and
they're terrible.
Just a monopoly on it.
I went to drive to find looking for water in Buxton, and I come across the Nestle factory. I couldn't believe it. And when I went to the Buxton well, I looked around the back of it because it was leaking out of water, and it's all steel pipe work. So I bet you my bottom dollar, they've disconnected the natural supply and they've piped it up with the one straight out of the factory. 100%. Why would they give us fresh, clean water when they've spent their whole last God knows how long dismantling it and channeling it to other places? They wouldn't give it to you.
Exactly. And it would filter out all the other crap they're trying to feed us, right?
Exactly. So that's a way to poison us as well, because they're putting all sorts of crap in it, aren't
they? Definitely.
But going back to the rivers, there's a place called the Megatron, which is in Sheffield, which is about 1.5 miles, 2 miles away from where I was underground, and there is where 7 rivers meet underground. 7 meet underground, and it's called the Megatron. So I believe that was built so all water is directed to that point underground and then go different places. obviously to be like to,
Yeah,
to,
right.
to go to the waste, to go to the sea.
And it's all sourced from under the ground, right? Like, what do they call it? Source water or
Yeah, our prime
I
water,
can't remember the name.
table water,
Groundwater,
Prime water.
spring
That's it.
water.
Yeah, yeah.
And
So it's basically the good water that everyone's talking about now. That saying there's all this water under the ground. It's prime water and really good for you. Looks like that's what they
why
were
is
tapping and
spring
then sending
water
that out.
so healthy?
yes,
So charged, like the fountain of youth, essentially, the magical spring waters, and it's because they're in such things. And like this is an episode you're kind of doing on pyramids, and then it goes to a pyramid you actually found in Malta and explored. But that you also did an episode on with someone that was at the Bosnian pyramids and how they charge water in the Bosnian pyramid tunnels as well, and that essentially there's this massive theme between the pyramids in water, the star forts in water, the cymatics with water, and this underground charging systems of ancient technology and societies into these waters.
And the
on, mate. And I just
cathedrals,
want to
we're
add,
finding out. I think you did one, didn't you, Paul? Did you do the cathedral with the big cistern under it?
Yeah, mate. There's loads, mate. Well, in Southend, I found two churches with pipework coming from underground. One of them, I was speaking to the priest, and he said it was built over a humongous well. So it's
that's what I reckon. I reckon that they've all got massive, cistern, big water holding tanks under them, and that's just consistently getting charged by what's going on top.
Look at this.
So I mean,
one thing I will add, and what I'm noticing now is there's this certain layer of limestone or sandstone, and this is the ancient layer that I'm interested in now. This is what I like to examine, and I've noticed this stuff is all over the world, and it's even in England. It's in Liverpool. It's in Kimber. It's just been hidden, and you just got to work out where to find it. And I've cracked it, so I know exactly where to go to look for these places now.
So this footage here is in Malta.
Yeah. This is in Malta, and this is Geopolymer.
Cool. And so, as far as you're finding, geopolymers being used as a covering on old world buildings or old structures, megaliths.
I'd say it's before
covering it in geopolymer, right?
I'd say before that. I'd say the geopolymer is the oldest stuff, and then something's happened, and we've built on top of that.
Okay, so that's the cast. So that's the cast megalithic or brick sort of block stuff.
Yeah,
gotcha. And then
another thing I've noticed is
later. Like that shot.
Yeah,
okay.
With the say, like just going back to Malta, and you've got the limestone structure. What I've noticed is that's a geopolymer, but what they did is they dismantled some of that, and then they broke down the rocks again and made blocks out of it. So they've made blocks out of the geopolymer stone that was already there. And then I guess in the 1800s they've built on top of that again, but it's stones from a quarry because it's just perfectly cut. You could tell it's done with a saw, you know.
Yeah. It's very interesting because I remember in Perth and probably most of Australia in the 80s, limestone blocks, man. Everyone was putting limestone in walls and blocks in their garden, like everywhere. And thinking back to it, none of these limestone blocks had shells in them or, bits and pieces of, they're supposed to have like,
sedimentary rock,
they're supposed to be
marine
condensed
biology.
like sand with, exactly. But
it just doesn't make sense.
That could be a way of getting rid of old structures, right? You just cut them into blocks and sell it as sandstone, as limestone.
Exactly that.
Yeah. No doubt. So I paused it here. So this is one of the pyramid structures you found in England then? This one's you put in comparison to what you're about to show in Malta. But look at what looks like either geopolymer or melted casings along with also the brick. Like it's just such a strange build, side and feature. Like it's like what the heck is going on there?
Can I add something else to this?
Of course.
Do you know Alistair Crowley?
Yes.
He lived on top of this.
Yes. Well, not personally.
Yeah, so he lived on top of this.
Oh, did he?
Mm-hmm.
So all of this bricked off
So,
area
I mean, it
could
looks like
then
that
be
brick.
like,
It looks like it's for support. Maybe whatever was underneath was crumbling a bit, and they're just sort of chopping
or
it
covering up.
What do you think?
Like
Yeah,
if you carved entrances and like clear caves and stuff like that, could definitely that would be my best guess of maybe why. Like, because
that actually
it just makes zero sense otherwise.
It's
Like,
weird, isn't it? And how did they get that
look
done?
at that.
Jeez, man, good job. A lot of scaffolding.
but it's the arch. Look at the size of that arch, though. It's humongous.
Oh, go back to that shot.
And what's like the explanation of this thing? Yeah, look at that. That's clearly old geopolymer steel, like ancient there with the holes
and it's scratched up as well. So if it's scratched up, that means it would have been rendered.
Okay, oh my god! Yeah. So did that used to be a castle on the top there? That ruin?
Yeah, but the thing is, it's a prop just so you don't go inside, and that's another thing I've noticed that a lot of these places that they say are castles and things like that. When you go up there, they're props made out of scraps, and they've just been put on top. So you look at that. So when you go on Google, when you type in what's in the area, you get taken to the prop on the top of the hill, and you're standing on top of something ancient, and you don't even know about it because it's so big. But you're looking in awe.
Just looking at the pile of stones.
Exactly. You're sitting there taking photos and that, and it's just a load of crap. The real stuff's under your feet.
And you can see right there's a fence separating from being able to get in and check out any of that bricked off area and like the actual ancient area.
Believe me, I tried my hardest. I was scavenging around this area trying to get in and find an entrance, and I couldn't find nothing. They've done a good job here.
So Crowley had a house up there at one point, though.
Yeah, Alistair Crowley lived up there.
Top.
Yeah.
Wow.
But what's going on with
that shot? It looks like there's two different sets of bricks, doesn't it? Like
I mean, you've got the blue engineering bricks.
Weathered a lot, right?
Yeah.
And then
like it's just such a confused mess of construction within it. Like it really doesn't make sense.
And I'll add one other thing as well. On the back side of this is a water system. You can see there's all sorts of channels that have been put into this that's sandstone, by the way, put into the sandstone. And you can see that all different channels meet in the middle, meet at one at the bottom. So on the back side of that, it was collecting water. So there must be like underground reservoirs there as well. But it's all blocked up. You couldn't get to none of it.
Mm. And these scratch marks you talk a lot about. What's the deal with these?
Right. So these, this is either one of two things. They've either put that material over the geopolymer to get ready to render over it, so it can adhere to it, or it is it's part of the geopolymer limestone, and they've scratched it up while it's a little bit soft. And again, it's for the same effect. It's to add the render onto it, so it adheres to it. So anyone that does plastering or tiling or anything like that, they'll know exactly what I'm on about. And if you notice here, stop there, Ben. You can see there on the corner of that. Yeah. So yeah. And I used to think it was when they took all the render off.
Oh, that's another house. Okay. I thought that door was going into the side of the mountain.
Yeah, these buildings go down 2 levels as well.
Wow. That's the weirdest.
Yeah, but imagine looking out your window and seeing
whatever it is, building. Wow, that's insane.
Mm. It really is. Like, imagine looking out your window and seeing that.
Wow. I mean, and this is the thing, that things like this are everywhere, right? These anomalies, right? They love to call them anomalies. But the thing about an anomaly is, unless you can, prove, a story, how it fits into their narrative, then it's actually something that disproves everything, even just one of them. But they just call them anomalies, and people think, oh, that means you don't pay attention to them. No, it doesn't. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's just madness, isn't it? I would love to hear the official explanation for that rock thing.
I'd love to and all, mate. But this is absolutely exclusive, by the way. This place has been blocked up This place got blocked up nearly a year ago, so no one can even get in here. So this footage is golden.
Oh.
Malta.
Sorry, I thought I had the Maltese pyramid video, but yeah, this is the Hastings one. So obviously,
this is phenomenal, though. Even when I watch this myself, I'm still in awe. I can't believe I've been in here.
So this is inside of it?
So this is it a cave?
Right. So basically, this is part of the Valletta Starfault, right? This is the tip end of it. So we'd call this bit the bastion, right? And there is a massive arch door that I went into. And as I went in the arch door, it went up a 45-degree angle. Well, not a 35-degree angle. But either side, there was 16 apartments. So 10 apartments, 5 on one side, 5 on the other side. And then there was a big door at the end, and I couldn't go further. But when I was looking at the footage, I thought, bloody hell, there's a hatch at the end. I could have gone through that, but I didn't think. But look at this. Look at this. Well, this is unbelievable.
Wow.
And you know what? These were used as air raid shelters in World War II. But what's happened is they've said that they got dug out as air raid shelters in World War II. But we know the script.
Yeah, like that's ancient as heck, and it's just showing that this star fort is completely rock cut, or was built geopolymer from the ground up by the very first societies, ancient cataclysm, pre-Younger Dryas, Atlantean, Lemurian sort of thing.
But look, if you notice, you've actually got a service, you've got a water pipe running up there. For some reason, that water pipe goes into this building. Well, into here. But if you look, there's a hatch at the top.
Oh.
I never went up there. I didn't even think of going up there. And do you know what? Next time I'm in the area, I'm gonna see if I can get in here.
And at least a drone, if you have your drone with you.
Yeah.
Oh, a drone. That'd be a good idea. You've got a drone, haven't you, Paul?
Yeah, I've got a drone, yeah.
Smuggling in Hastings. Oh.
Smuggling. Yeah, and that's another thing. All these caves, they get called smugglers' caves. So wherever you go on the coast of England, I don't know about other countries, but it's always a smuggler's cave, no matter where it is.
Yeah.
Well, because smugglers need caves, right?
In Australia, most of them, they're all for storing beer in Australia.
Look at that! Look at that megalithic blockwork right there.
Mate, this is
how big were those blocks?
What in the previous photo?
Wall, were they big blocks?
Yeah, they were quite big. Some of them were 1 meter by.
Well, and where's this mass grave? Is that also in there?
Polymer, right?
Sorry, I don't know which picture we're on about.
Those blocks.
What, here?
So go back a little bit there. No, go back a bit, Burn. I mean, those as well, but they look a bit different. But this is pretty much the smaller blocks is what you're saying is the geopolymers. Yeah, that have been cut up. Yeah. So they would have originally been part of a big poured block and then cut up into smaller blocks and relayed at some point.
Maybe these ones, but when I talk about that, I'm talking about there's a certain layer of limestone or sandstone that I'm interested in.
Oh, and, okay. That you see on
people have chopped that walls. Up. They've chopped that up, to make new blocks. But I don't think this is part of that. This is literally just been made out of.
So where is this? Where are these blocks?
It looked like they had the scratching on them, but
this is where I live. So I actually went in here with a high vis and cut all this down, so I could have a good old view. I made that. I was a worker.
Oh, really? You were going to do some gardening? Yeah.
So where's this picture right here from?
I think that's off the internet. That picture. I think it's Edinburgh.
And then this one's right by you.
Yeah, this is where I live. So this mountain, well, not mountain. Basically, there's a castle, and it's a prop, right? The reason I'm showing that picture that you just showed is because it's the same blockwork there. That's the Paris catacombs. It's the same blockwork as what I had in Hastings. And Hastings
is the Paris catacombs, and you're illustrating like the blockwork in the back there, showing that back blockwork.
Exactly. Not the front stuff, the back stuff.
Yeah, the back stuff, the much older stuff. Wow.
Yep.
And like, look at this massive genocide that happened in Paris at some point. Nobody really mentions that. Hey, who was that genocide?
I just want to point out, this is that level I'm on about. See where you've got this limestone and this sandstone. This is the level I'm on about. This is what I love to examine. This is where the golden nuggets are. This is what's being hidden. This is the level that's being hidden from us.
Yeah, that's the ancient building one, essentially.
Holy moly, look at that.
But that mountain where I live, it's actually called Mount Zion.
Got it dressed up if you're having a picture taken in something, some sort of UPART location.
How would people know?
It was definitely pirates that built these caves.
Smugglers, budgie smugglers. Apparently, they were smuggling budgies around the world. That's what I hear.
Are cut from solid granite. They're not cut from solid granite, by the way. Because how would you cut something? How would you get it in there?
Well, I mean, and that's another point. And I've actually got a book. They're in Russian though. I'll have to send them to you, but you won't be able to read them. But they're full of recipes if you can get them translated for all these different geopolymers. And as far as I could work out, they even had recipes for making gems and gemstones and stuff.
Wow.
But yeah, so this is the thing, like all of this granite and all this kind of stuff could also be a form of geopolymer. I mean, because granite's a classic, right? You look at granite and it literally looks like a geopolymer.
Yeah, I know, mate. It's the same with marbles as well. When you start looking at stones and you look, they're made. Let's look at granite. Yeah, it's made up of feldspar and quartz, right? And if you look at that, that's meant to be. I think it's the rock that's been formed by volcanic pressure and heat. That's what they say. So how does that work out? Explain to me how these two, a conglomerate of stones, got together underground, heated, formed a rock, and then got pushed up and formed a bloody rock.
I know. It makes no sense whatsoever. Like, I majored in geology.
Their form.
It's
not like it's all melted together, is it? Like there's separate bits of rock in it. I mean, it's a dumb story.
No, geopolymer.
So if you look at metamorphic and if you look at the definition of both of them, they're pretty much the same thing. They both pretty much say volcanic heat and pressure.
Yeah, and it's like why the geopolymer fascinates me so much is it's that you're just rediscovering this lost ancient nanotechnology that was a higher technology, and a lot of my electrolysis experiments, my alchemy experiments tie right in, and then reading the ancient alchemists' writings of the science, it's like the geopolymer was one part of this alchemy technology and science. And it's exactly what it is, and that it's been hidden, and I guess it's a craft, right, within the secret societies and whatnot, the Masonic craft or something like that. But the alchemist craft, the Rosicrucian craft. But unless you're, and even then, it's like it's mostly wiped out within the modern day, like. Secret societies, that it's a lost art.
Yeah, it's a lost art. I'm 37, and in my life I've been searching, and I've only recently I've only come across one person that's been involved in it. It's a very. Does
every rock have a natural magnetic pole? They must.
I'm not sure. Right? I haven't looked at that, Cam. I haven't looked at that. That's an interesting question.
Because that would be a way that you could prove that something was a geopolymer or not. Because if it was a geopolymer, then all there's
loads of ways to prove it.
North Pole.
Do you know what they're doing?
Wherever, right, rather than all lined up.
You just got to look at the stone in a microscope, and you'll see the conglomerate of materials being used.
Yeah. And also the chemical reaction.
And that's what they've done in South America. They took an independent researchers with some money took some stones from South America. And if anyone wants these documents, by the way, I've got 4 documents of South America of independent research that's been proven that it's all man-made out there, because they're finding inorganic materials in these stones, and they're saying it's impossible.
Nice.
So I've got 4 documents.
Yeah,
if people want to see that, email me and I'll send them over to them, because
100%.
that just shuts everyone up. That does.
I would love to.
It's not even an argument no more. It's just people hanging on to things that they need to get.
And what's that other stuff called? The stuff that imitates the marble or whatnot. The
Scagliola.
Scagliola.
It uses a chemical reaction as well to like do its hardening bond. And is that a major part in the other geopolymers?
That is what geopolymer is. It's the chemical reaction of the curing, chemical reaction that does the hardness, the setting. So that's why it's so hard to get it precise. It's not like when I got the ingredients, I thought I'd be able to knock it up like that. But it's not. You have to be precise in everything, even taking the atmosphere into consideration. You know, it's not as easy as I thought.
Yeah, right.
Your teeth are geopolymer.
Well, yeah, I mean, clearly they had it sussed, but we haven't crawled back onto it since, have we? The teeth of geopolymer, what?
Don't know.
Oh my God.
Don't know.
Bernie, look at the company Miracoat. They used it 100 years ago on battleships. What's it?
What, geopolymer?
Like Cowgirl in Arizona is saying that she's in the industry of geopolymer. Earlier, she was asking for your definition of GOP or geopolymer. So, is this a decent? So
an amalgamation of different minerals that's made by chemical reaction.
Yeah.
Exactly the chemical reaction is the key part of it.
That's what that is. That is what it is. It's the chemical reaction, the binding. But I just want to. I've only been learning this a year, so I'm not like people asking me questions like I'm an expert.
Yeah, but I mean, you understand.
We're learning together. We're figuring it out.
I'm learning on the job.
Right, and it's like you've just start like on your channel. You can see.
That's true.
I agree, Stuff Beagle, right? I bet you before next year, one of Paul's YouTube projects is going to be making a geopolymer statue out of himself as he gets better with the technique. And we're going to raise the funds to get Paul to make a GOP statue. Is there a catalyst?
Put it next to David. It'll be called Paul.
Paul Crete.
Paul Crete. All right.
Thank you.
So that's a bit.
I will check that out after the stream.
Is there a catalyst? What's the catalyst? Is the catalyst the liquid glass? What's it called?
I don't know what you mean by catalyst. Is there a catalyst?
That triggers the chemical reaction.
Catalyst is. Yeah.
So what triggers it? I don't know. I just know that I'm putting these chemicals together. And
the name of the 2 chemicals, I guess, is what.
Right. So sodium silicate and calcium hydroxide. And then obviously you use the granite binder. And another one that I've been playing with is I've been putting literally like calcium, calcium carbonate to be precise, in it as well. Because what I found out that just calcium carbonate and sodium silicate, that is a phenomenal bonding. Them 2 chemicals there work perfect together. That is a stone on its own. So when I knew that, I then thought, hang on a minute, I can put granite into this and see if that works, and it works. But like I said, it's a very good statue. It's not like something you get in Egypt, but it's good. It's good.
Thank you very much, M. Fisher. Much appreciated. We have a fortified wall with tunnels from the Prussian time that goes around Cologne, and it contains even older Roman tunnels. We'll have to check it out. Door blocked up. No chance to get in. Prussia goes around Cologne. Okay.
There was another super chat earlier too. Thank you, everyone.
Oh, was there? Sorry if I missed any.
There was one at the beginning.
There is somehow. Come up with this. There is some way you can do it so that when someone does it, it pops up on the screen automatically.
Oh, There we go.
I've
Thank
seen
you,
other
Dig.
people's.
Nabbits Flat.
Oh, you found it? Thank you.
A
Ball
boom.
madness. Where's my balls? Oh, ball. Sorry, ball. It's floating around Neil deGrasse Tyson's head, apparently.
Oh my God, what a retard that guy is. Can't stand him.
Neil deGrasse.
Oh,
on,
and
mic drop
another
it, man.
1212. Aleve K. Thank you all.
Oh, thank you. Well, thank you very much. Wow, aren't you all beautiful, kind people today? We love you all. And thank you to everyone who's here watching. We've got 222 of you. Woohoo, 3 swimming. Nice. And here we are. I mean, and Malta is ridiculous. The first time I looked at Malta on Google Earth, I was just like, what? It's literally one. It's got so many star forts that they're almost all joined, right? And it's almost one amalgamation of star, like one big star fort.
It's like one
ridiculous.
giant star fort.
The catacombs with elongated heads.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, Sophia or wow, on the tip of my tongue. So the word.
Can I just say one thing
I'll see
quickly?
if I can read it.
This what I'm walking is the same as the pyramid in Giza, like the layout. Like because I haven't been to Egypt, but I've seen so much on. Obviously, like I've been fascinated with it, so I could literally map that place out in my head. And this was the same. And by the way, look at the this is done in sections. So look, every now and then you're going uphill, you can see the lines. Can you see the lines?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Them lines.
And what's that channel for?
Sorry. Yeah, look.
The channel that's been.
Yeah, I know. The cables, the water pipe went in there. And you can see, like I said, they put plates over it and then render over it. So you wouldn't even know the pipe works in the wall.
Yeah.
Or the cable, rather. A cable or pipe.
Oh, so that's where they actually, okay, I got you. That's where the spouts come out.
Look at this. Burn, can you pause this a minute?
Sorry, the ads are coming up. 1 second.
That's my fault, mate. Sorry about that.
You're going to have to be, you might get fired, mate, as video.
Right here or back as
go forward. Yeah, this is it. Right. This image here, mate. Right. If you can see, you've got the blocks on the right hand side.
Yeah.
Right. Now you can see the channel mark, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Right. Some servers come down into a box. Into a box and then went straight into the building.
Look at that.
Can you see it?
Of course. Look at that.
Oh yeah, right there.
I can see it.
Yeah. And if you look at the door arch, they've still got a bit of render on the door.
Yeah.
And that would exactly. Wow.
And if you look at the blocks on the right hand side, look how old they are. These geopolymer blocks that are falling apart, mate. Not them ones, Burn. The one on the other side.
These ones.
No, go right again. Other way. There.
Yeah, right to the right.
Them
ones. Oh, yeah. Look at that.
That's block work, by the way.
Wow, look at how old that is.
So this raises an interesting question because looking at that picture, we've got a lot of people who are going to say that's melted. So what's your view on that, Paul?
Well, first of all, what's the material?
Melted as far as like, electric plasma heat melted. Sorry.
No, because I'm not having none of that. If that was a melted brick, then it'd be vitrified, wouldn't it? This is limestone.
His answer is it's GOP. It's geopolymer.
Your answer is supposed to be,
See, this is the thing about the melted brick game.
And then it's worn out and eroded GOP.
Yeah, but this is the thing. The people that the melted brick people and the people that are saying that what do you call it? They're saying the petrified bodies. These people ain't even looking at the materials of what it is. They just look at something and go, melted brick, or they look at it and go, that's a dead animal. But they don't even look at the materials,
Oh, the titanic
stuff. Yeah. Like, and as soon as you do that, you realise, no, it ain't melted brick because this is limestone.
Yeah, you have to do the chemical analysis of what it is.
Mate, and people don't do that. They just assume straight away, and then they run around and make videos on it.
which is why the work you're
Exactly,
doing, Paul, is so important.
evidence.
I
You
know.
know, you're getting out there on the ground and looking at it, and I mean, a lot of us haven't been able to do that for the last 2 years, so it's definitely time. But this is the thing with this topic: a lot of it's been done online, looking at pictures and sort of making assessments off that. Without actually getting out there and getting boots on the ground evidence, and like you say, chemical analysis of
Exactly.
stones and things. So.
I've just got no time for people that sit there and look at something and just assume. I can't stand that. I'm not that guy, mate. If I have to assume, I'm not getting involved. I'll move on to another topic, because you assuming something is just as good as you.
When you assume, and it makes an ass out of you and me, right?
I found this, by the way, when I was exploring in Malta, and I thought, what the flipping hell's gone on here?
Was that a bloodbath? Oh my god!
Yeah.
I've heard about bloodbaths before, but I've never seen one.
Yikes!
Yeah, I know, right? Holy crap! Do not enter.
But I'm just pointing out here that half of the original arch has been blocked up because they built a prison bang in the middle of this room.
Oh, okay, yeah, right.
And also, I want to point out that on the left-hand side, you remember you watched that channel mark going up that tunnel? It's still going on the left-hand side.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, right. It is too. And so, do you think that's original to the construction? That
I believe this part here, what we're looking at here. Well, it's gone now. But yeah, no, it's gone. So it don't matter.
Whoops.
Go back, man. Bernie, come on.
Which part?
Do your job, buddy.
Right. Yeah. So this. Sorry, that's my camera skills, man. Sorry, mate.
This part.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Here. So
we're
the left-hand side.
Group here, guys. Come on.
Right. The left-hand side is original, I believe.
Slayer.
Right. And the right-hand side is man-made. It's block work from the I'd say the 1800s.
Yeah, when they made it into the prison and whatnot.
Into a prison.
And that is a prison, because I've got actually video footage of all sorts of stories written on the wall about why people are in prison there.
Crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. Ooh.
I just want to say sorry, by the way, because I didn't realise I was going to use this footage like a few years later for this sort of stuff. But that is why I'm going out there again, to get exactly the best I can get.
Exactly. You're going back, right? No apologies needed.
Going for round two, mate.
And look at this. This is the layout of this Star City, Malta. Just, it's insane.
And that's just the main bay. There's a lot more than that.
Yeah, there's so much more. And it's not just the star faults there as well. There's other stuff. Like I said, there's this layer.
Yeah, exactly. Right? So when you go back, you're going to have to see where the layer is. And if the layer's in this top part up here as well, or up here and over here. And if these star forts are just them reclaiming, but the original had star forts throughout the entire coast, or the entire thing made like that. Yeah.
Well, my latest video that I've done last night, the two star faults on the right-hand side, I've got exclusive footage of me under there.
Nice.
Wow. And also, when you're doing this, Paul, keep in mind, dude, that like you said, this is you're going to have, footage, right? Exclusive footage. So, I think you should do it, Doco, man, and sell it.
Do you know what? I shouldn't say this. But I'm actually
do it properly.
I'm working on a book right now, as we speak. I'm working on a book.
Nice, awesome, cool.
That's
where we're all at, I think, as far as creators who are sort of getting to the point where we're saying, oh, wow, I can actually earn a bit of money out of this. And then we realize, but it's not from YouTube, because you can't trust these people. So we all have to get into, creating product. And we just need to. If we're going to do this work, we need to be able to live, right? And support ourselves and travel and all that kind of stuff.
I'm building up an extensive
support
network.
Your local researcher.
Yeah, well, I'm building up a massive, I said network, but I'm building up a massive portfolio of evidence of this ancient world everywhere. And The only way to get it all out in one hit is to write a book about it.
It is, yeah, man. Let's do it. I mean, and I think we're right on the verge with this topic. I mean, remember back in the early 90s when Hancock and that whole sort of scene exploded? That went massive. The whole megalithomania.
Yeah, but that Graham Hancock used to work for the BBC, didn't he?
Yeah. Well, yeah. There's definitely. I mean, they definitely showed us a lot and brought a lot in different thoughts and that.
But I get what you're saying, Campbell, but like the whole Starport and Tartaria topics taking over as like just like the megaliths and like the pyramids and understanding that and like the Atlantean thing.
The problem with the megalith,
like it's
you
all
can't get out
one.
and see most of these megalithic sites, right? Like with the old stuff, we kind of still had to take their word for it a bit. I mean, you can get to Egypt and it's expensive, or you can get to a few sites if you've got the money. But most of them, even then, you get very limited access. But with what we're talking about, you just walk down your city street and you see the buildings. There's star forts everywhere that you can go and walk around. It's so much more accessible to people.
Exactly, and it shows like, oh, where's the lost Atlantis? Well, this lost ancient civilization and reset civilizations, it's everywhere. That's what's hidden in plain sight, and it's these geopolymer layers. It's these megalithic so it's like the megaliths are like chunks of the geopolymers. So it's like geopolymers first, then the megaliths were like the builders that took that original geopolymer, and then there was like another reset, and then went back to like
been going on for years and recycling, and now they're going into quarries and cutting stone out.
Yeah,
because when they do that, you're actually getting rid of history. Because if you look, if you actually look, I'd say about 90% of the quarries are very close to an ancient site. Like literally within a stone throw of an ancient site,
or on it.
Exactly. And we're just given the crust.
Yeah, but we started noticing on Google Earth all these places, where stars should be, and where they are. They're quarries, and they have these funny shapes that look like the old star forts, and it's like they're just going in and quarrying these old because we're talking, these things are massive. They're huge. So literally they can go and cut them up and get 10 years of business out of it. And
100 years.
Tracks.
Right? It's
100 even. Yeah, there's so much materials in there. The highest
quality of stone they're getting out of it too. So this is one of Paul's older videos of star forts and cymatics, and it's like it's something me and Campbell have been digging into a lot as well, and that we'll be doing a future Science of Sound episode on this also.
Wow. When are you doing
that? That one is going to be episode 7, so 2 months from now, and you will definitely be invited on that one, brother.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, sweet, man.
And so I'm going to play a clip of this, and then Campbell, if you want to pull up after I pause this the Google Earth, and we'll go over some of that great wall of Tartaria that we found over in Ukraine and Siberia, and get Paul's opinion and thoughts on that. Like, have you been following this giant wall of star forts across Ukraine and Siberia, Paul? Or
I might have. I need to be refreshed. Okay. I've got so much stuff in my brain. If you let me have a look at it, it'll jog me.
Right, exactly.
We understand. It's so hard. I mean, and look at that, right?
This is still. This is in England.
I mean,
yeah, exactly. A magnetron.
So machine-like.
And the geometry.
That's the sun, isn't it? That one. It's just, and then of course, if you haven't, I'm sure everyone knows, but there's these obviously relate to star forts, to cathedral windows, to cymatics, to music notes, even the stars, in the sky. If you look at them through the right lens, they'll look like this: cymatic shapes, energy.
I think I see that on the news the other day. Actually, did you see that clip flying around YouTube? There was someone put one of these
No.
clips of the stars shooting it at the star, and it was on mainstream news, and it was one of these patterns just flickering around. And I was going, we don't know why it's doing this. But they have to put it on the mainstream.
And they showed that.
Yeah, they did show the actual clip of it, the real clip of it. Like, you know, when it's all jittery, like a light jittering.
Yeah.
It's like that.
Huh.
But the thing is,
it's like the star in a jar type.
Yeah. So if it gets traction online in the alternative history scene, then they have to put a clip of it on the mainstream TV to say that they covered it, even though it's a 20-second segment.
Yeah, exactly. Richard Trainer, what did you miss? You missed this.
Oh, mate, that picture.
So, thank you, like
Yeah, the only cam.
Only cams.
Well, we're also going to start owning cats.
Oh, I guess I'm not going to be allowed on that one. Hey, it's only cams.
Yeah, exactly, right? Unless you get your name changed by default and agree to work without a microphone, you can't come on. Interpretive dance, remember? Interpretive dance, man.
That's discrimination, Campbell. I like the comparison diagrams that you put in. Like, you use a lot of science in your videos. Like, once we go move on to the next topic, I'm going to show like your the rectifier, the mercury arc rectifier, as well as the electricity from the taps and stuff like that. A lot of the deep dives that you've done.
Yeah, nice. Yeah. And that most of that came from is it Modern Mechanic? Is that the name? Modern Mechanic?
Yeah, modern catalog,
and Popular Mechanics is the
Modern Mechanic.
the
popular Popular Mechanic.
Yeah, the old you dug
out. It's called Modern Mechanics, Cam. I think it's called Modern Mechanics. No,
it was modern.
Oh, it was modern. The first ones.
Modern Electrics. It's called Modern Electrics. The magazines, right?
Oh, there's Modern Electrics as well. Okay, so there's probably heaps of them.
Yeah. Well, I've got 10. I've got 10 magazines.
I'm also looking at Nice. Have a look, because one thing I want to do is make a crystal set. Because remember crystal sets? Like, literally, kids in the 20s would buy them and make them, and it's free energy, man. It's a free energy device.
No doubt. As were all of their water wheels and their fountains, that they're all free energy.
We saw some cool water wheels the other day, Paul, like in these old mats. They were massive.
Really?
Oh, clearly that's an old bus stop. Yeah. In the where was it? Belgium, back in the 1600s.
Wow.
And they had these water wheels that we worked out were probably 3 or 4 stories high.
Wow.
Which were probably just to keep the water moving, because, if you're living around canals, you don't want, you got to keep the water moving, right? So, but you do that, or if it was moving from a current, and you get electric, voltage off it too.
Yeah, someone's in Wales at the minute, and they've sent me a pumping station attached to the canal, and it's got all the textile in it.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Really?
When I mean the textile, it's been dismantled. You can't use it, but you've got all the pressure gauges. You've got all the dials there. Yeah.
Like the hydraulics and
and you think, well, if this is just a normal canal, why have you got all this pumping system attached to it?
Well, have you seen the machine of Marley?
No, I don't know.
Oh, okay. Check that out if you have time. Machine of Marley, it's gone now, but it was connected to the Palace of Versailles, and it was massive. It had I think it had, 24 massive water wheels and pistons and everything, and it basically was pumping water up the hill, running all the fountains and everything in this palace, watering the gardens and everything, and then going back down into the river.
And also a lift. It was also powering the lift too, and supposedly just water power.
Mate, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to fucking sorry, I didn't mean to swear, but I'm gonna have to research this, mate, because this is
huge.
Brilliant.
It's on
that,
the
I've never even heard of that,
side.
and that is just literally made my mate. That's made me go like that. So
Actually,
I need to go.
there's a really good video about it on this channel called Autodidactic.
I've heard of
It's
that
called
geezer.
Marley.
Yeah, I've heard of that
Have you
geezer.
heard of him? Apparently he's good.
Campbell, you should pull it up and
He's a dodgy
give a little
character.
share. Let's watch a little of that right now.
Let's build the machine of Marley. Wow. Okay.
Right.
We're going retro, guys. We're
I'm just
going
going to
retro.
go toilet quick. Right.
Yeah, for sure. Good
Yeah,
time
I
for
need
bathroom.
to too. That's why I'm just going to get this sorted and press play.
Indeed.
Okay, machine of Marley.
We'll do stuff, Beagle.
I
And
cannot guarantee quality of this because it was done a while ago.
I'm going to email you soon too. I got to confirm our date together. Play date next week with Stellium.
Oh, you got a play date.
Indeed.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Cool. Oh, well, looks like I did a pretty good job on this. All right. Where are we? I'll share the screen and press play, and we'll play this for a bit. I'm going to run off to the toilet. You're running away, but we'll be back in a few minutes anyway, guys. So do
Intermission
enjoy
time.
the
the
intermission, yes.
And straight
and if you do need to go get a coffee or a wee, you can't because you have to watch my video. Sorry.
Exactly.
Where
the power of the sigh.
There. Is that me? No, it's Telegram. Oh, God, where is it? I've lost it. I'm losing it. There it is. Hang on, guys. I'm still new at this.
Yeah, on
Only
Cam, you can watch Cam losing it, having a meltdown. Cam on OnlyCams.
Gosh. Where's my tab? What? Hang on, sorry. Where is it? Okay, that's definitely it. Okay. Here we go. So I'll go back to the start.
Hi guys, how you going? Campbell here from Autodidactic channel. Hope you're all having a splendid day. Thanks for joining me. And today I wanted to take another look at the machine of Marley. I sort of briefly covered it in a previous video, but I've had a bit of a deeper look, and it's quite an impressive machine. And there's a few questions around it: what it was, what it did, who built it, of course, and how it was tied into the whole old world system, as far as fountains and aqueducts, canals, and basically water, getting water and water current maybe up into the old world cities and stars. So let's take a closer look at the machine of Marley. And this was shared in the comments. I'm really sorry I didn't get the name of the person that shared it. I'm just getting so much stuff at the moment. So thank you, and sorry if I'm not getting back to everyone. I don't have time to get back to all the comments. I'm trying to get through all the emails and everything. So bear with me, but thank you to whoever did give me this link. This is the machine of Marley, and I mentioned this in a previous video. I think it was Star Forts, canals and hydraulics. And we have a bit more information on the machine of Marley here. So a couple of pics and a bit of information. So let's have a look here. So as you can see, I showed a pic similar to this. These seem to be sort of anchoring pillars, anchor the machine into the floor of the river. This is the water, and the idea is the water's flowing through here, and it's spinning wheels that are driving these pistons that are then drawing up water and pumping it up
pipes to get it uphill. And of course, all free energy. This is an engraving of the machine when it was in use. I'm not sure what's going on with the wall here. But as you can see, it's just on the edge of the river. The river's sort of coming around. I guess that's why the wall's not better, so it's broken though, doesn't it? The water comes through here. Well, I'm not sure where it goes out. Maybe this is a catchment kind of area and it goes out the back, but this is the machine, and this all looks wooden as well, the sort of structure. Well, these, I don't know, maybe these wheels are wooden as well, who knows? But it does say later that this was built in the 1600s, and it was around for like until 1960s. So I doubt it was just made of wood, you know, in a river. I doubt it would last that long, but here you can see, yeah, the machine, and these are the pipes going up the hill. So it's pumping water up the hill to these stations that are then, I think this looks like it's pumping it further up to what looks to be a star city in the background. This is as far as I can zoom in, but you can see we've got a nice dome there. We seem to have spires and things down here, and completely built out city. And this is pumping the water up to it.
Fucking unbelievable.
This is a profile again. So these are the anchors, and yeah, as you can see, these are like paddle wheels. So the water's coming through. It looks like it's been sort of funneled up. You can see here.
Wow.
Looks like they've tapered the riverbed up. Funneled it through here. This spins these wheels, and they again drive the pistons that water up. So it's a pretty cool invention, and completely free, like using the energy of the river flow to spin these wheels, which then turn the pistons to pump the water up the hill. So it's all completely free energy. So this is a bird's eye view here, and it says the machine of Mali is built on an arm of the Seine River. It consists of 14 wheels, each of 30 feet in diameter, the axles of which have two cranks, one which moves the pistons, which pushes the water into the pipes and raises it up to the first reservoir. The other moves a system of cross-arm levers which run through the length of a mountain top up to the highest reservoir. These cross-arms power pumps which are in the reservoir and then pump the water from the lower reservoir to the upper one, and from there to the top of the tower, which is at the summit of the mountain, from where it runs over a large aqueduct which feeds different pipes to furnish all the waters of Versailles and Mali. Wow. The vertical perspective of this view is exaggerated. In the distance is the town of Saint-Germain-en-Laye. The two buildings along the left side of the river path still exist, as does the Chateau du Barry and the aqueduct in the upper left. So I think this may have been the picture it was describing. So, and yeah, look at the size of these. This is a big structure. Look at the size. These are like 3-story buildings down here. I don't think I can zoom in on this one. So what it's saying, the water comes through, turns the wheels, it pumps. There's two different sets of wheels, and as you can kind of see here, we've got one set here and one set here. So one is pumping the water up to the reservoir, which must be this one. Maybe that's used for something else, and another one pumps it up to here, and then it says that there's machinery down here that then pumps it up again, and then so I guess it's all to do with water pressure. Very, very interesting tech. You know, like I said, all free tech. And so they pump it from the river all the way up to the top of a water tower, and then it uses gravity to feed it back
down through the aqueducts and to get it out through the cities. I mean, that is just some cool old world tech there, isn't it? And of course, in the background, we have huge buildings.
Wow.
So the use of aqueducts are making a little bit more sense. And these water towers that we see everywhere. And I think a lot of these water towers as well have been retrofitted and made to look like sort of more modern sort of 60s, 70s towers, when they're probably the ancient water towers. So, you know, how many of these machines were there? It's a good question. Details of the transfer lever system and the pumps of the machine of Mali. The levers driven by the water wheels power the remote pumps located at the midpoint reservoir on the hill, and the top reservoir at Chateau du Barry, forcing the water to the top of the aqueduct. There were a total of over 250 pumps in the system.
Fucking hell.
Oh my gosh. So this is pretty high-tech stuff. Now, this isn't something you just build. So this is a reservoir of water, obviously. These are being pumped up and down, and so you can see these cylinders are empty, these are full. They're connected to something, obviously. I'm not sure how, but they're pumping water up into pipes. And then the same system is then on pumping it from the first reservoir up again. Here we go, here's a side view of the piston. This is pretty, you know, advanced engineering and hydraulics and really. And they tell us this was built in the 1600s. So this picture is 1705. Where did I rate it? Machine of Mali, it was known most recently, built in 1858. It was one of the replacements for the original machine of 1685, the original machine. So they're saying they rebuilt it. 6 huge paddle wheels.
Oh. So there we go. Are we still watching that? Are you all back?
Yeah.
Oh,
Mate, I can't believe
that. So that it's not there anymore, of course. They ripped it apart, but it was, yeah, there's still, I think there's a lot of schematics and there's heaps of it online. So, well, there was.
Well,
this is the
I'm
thing, this
do a video
stuff is everywhere.
I'm going to have to do a video on that, Cam. I've never ever seen that in my life before. And do you know what the questions I was asking when that was going on? How many of these have been around the world in all the cities? Because they have to be everywhere where people live. They have to be.
Exactly. I was just thinking that. And like the map that we saw the other day, Cam, those wheels, double wheels that were drawn in, was that something that was like this? A representation of those within
the thing is that could have been just like a mega one, because that was feeding, you know, a big, you know, palace. So they could have been the same design, but on a smaller scale everywhere.
Yeah,
you know, all
definitely.
water.
It has to be. You can't have one of them structures just in one place, feeding one like that. That must be all over the place. It must be.
Yeah,
and
there's no way. Yeah, people wouldn't come and see that and go, "Oh, I'm building one too."
Bern, is there a way you can pull that picture up when you got the? It's like a cartoon picture of it, and you can see like there was a load of people standing on some big platform, and then you can see one of the pipes going up to the hill. Can you get that picture back?
Which video was it in?
The most recent video, and it's literally about a minute before it cut out. Because I noticed something on there, and I thought, bloody hell, that's very, very clever what they're doing.
Oh, excuse me. You still got it up there, Bern? Oh. Thank you very much, CJDV.
Metamartian Gee, it's gonna take me a minute. Sorry, I turfed that one video after sharing it, so I have to load it. So, unos momentos, por favor.
No problemo.
What do you mean you have to load it? It's on YouTube.
Because I noticed, Cam, I don't know if I was right or not, but I noticed one of the pipes only went halfway up the hill. Was I right? And then the other one went all the way at the top.
Yeah, thinking back to it, I think there were some reservoirs halfway up that they were dumping into or something.
Yeah, because that would be to collect. That would be the return. That's what I noticed straight away. So you've got the flow going up and the return coming back down. That's what it was. So the return would be underneath the grounds, and that would add to the pressure as it coming back up. So it's a flow and return. It's a cycle. It was amazing.
Yeah,
That's what I got from that.
Yeah. So it's a pressurized system. Yeah, right.
Yeah. Yeah, because what's not getting used is coming back through the waste, and it's coming back through that second pipe.
I get what you're saying. It's like a Hadron's fountain with the pressurizing of it.
It's just going around itself, yeah. When I looked at it, I was like, flipping hell, that's very good. That's very good.
And that was 1685, they say the first one was built. And then what, in the 1850s, 175 years later, we get the Great Stink and no one knows how to use bloody plumbing systems or anything or water, like what the hell?
Yeah, and do you know what? I was going to mention this as well, Cam. We've got, in London, we've got like 6 pumping stations on the Thames, and they're used for pumping waste now. But I reckon they're originally for pumping fresh water. Definitely. So picture this. You've got 6 pumping stations built in the early 1800s, yeah? Yet straight after that, you get a big stink. That makes sense. If you've got a pumping system, pumping sewage, why have you got a big stink? Do you know what I mean? It's not happening. So I reckon they've reused these. They're getting rid of the fresh water and they're reusing it for the waste. And also, have you heard of the dissolution of the monasteries? Have you heard of the dissolution of the monasteries? Basically, in the 1500s, there was an operation to get rid of all of the cathedrals that dealt with water. And it's called the dissolution. It's called the dissolution of monasteries, yeah. Wow. So in England, in the 1800s, they wiped out all the cathedrals to do with water.
No way. Because, of course, they do keep one little bit there is in a lot of churches, they still have the water, the holy water, right, when you walk in.
Yeah, the holy well. It's the holy water from the well.
Bless yourself. Yeah, so that would have no doubt been prime water, and it would have been, you probably drank it rather than put it, well, I suppose they still put it on their third eye, don't they, with the...
Yeah.
But this is the thing, like, that's all we've got left, is it's holy water, Maybe it's whole water, right?
Yeah, from a hole.
From a hole, yeah. Nice stuff. So a minute in, Bernie, I think he said.
What are you looking for, Bern?
That bit you wanted him to get.
Yeah, no, it was on the. It weren't on this video.
It was. Sorry,
no, it was on the last video, the Campbell's video, the one with the.
On my video. Oh, okay.
Marley.
Yeah,
Marley.
The Versailles one. The Versailles one.
That's it. Sorry,
gotcha.
That's not.
Is it? Oh gosh, what? Okay, back. Where are you? Beside that one. That one. All right, just back a bit.
Yeah, this is a video. Yeah, so if you can get that cartoon picture up of it, keep going. I think it was near the end, or what you showed me. Go on. No.
That one?
Keep going. No, next one.
Okay.
Where is it? No.
That one?
No. It's like a cartoon drawing one. And you can see it going up the hill. I don't know where it's gone. It's mental. That's it. That's it.
That one.
That's it. Is there a way you can zoom in on that one?
That's as is that there. That's as big as I can get it.
Right. So you got the one in the background going right to the top of the hill. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. So the water's going to flow up there. It's going to see everything it needs to see. It's going to go into the houses, the fountains, and all that malarkey, right? But to stop it overflowing, what's not being used, it has to come back down to where it come from. So it's gone down underground, and they must have built a plumbing system under the houses to where it comes to outside this one. So then it will flow back down into this reservoir, creating more pressure to push it back up, assisting the pistons.
Oh, yeah, right. Okay, I got you. Yeah, right. That pressure.
Yeah, it's essentially the same.
We've got pumping stations there as well.
Because if you think about it, if no one's using the water up at the top of the hill and they're pumping water up, it's just going to splurt out and blow up all the pipes. So to get rid of that pressure, it has to come back down. Do you get me?
Yeah.
It's essentially the Hedron mountain engineering and hydraulics, and
mate, that is extremely advanced.
Indeed.
Even though it looks like it's done out of wood and that, it's advanced, mate.
I have
that's very
Aaron
fast.
Colbert.
The pressure to run mountains. Oh, sorry.
Shout out to Aaron Colbert on my Twitch. We are also streaming on Twitch right now, so shout out to Aaron for being on there.
Wow, nice. Yeah, I need to get a Twitch. I need a social media. I need a social media manager. Is what I need.
Yeah, that's what I need. It's so hard.
There's so many different platforms out there.
Well,
it's guess, like, YouTube's still the biggest, but there's many other platforms that people just never come to YouTube, and they spend time on these other platforms. So if we can get on them as well, then
exactly, the more the merrier.
I'll give you QUX stream keys. Oh, what's that?
Thank you.
What's a stream key?
Stream key has.
Isn't it funny that we call it streaming?
Shout out to CJDV.
Streaming again with the water.
He's also building my Discord for me. My New Zealand brother, much appreciated. We're getting on all of it. And yeah, I'm going to be getting some lessons on Twitch here in the next week or two from a couple friends of mine that are more prolific in the streaming on Twitch. So, because for some reason right now my videos aren't saving on it. It's quite strange. So I got to get that figured out. But I will be learning it, and we're live on it right now, at least.
There is streaming on Twitch. Like, was Twitch the one that used to be for gamers mainly? That game, like people who stream games and stuff. Is that Twitch?
Yeah, gaming and music mostly they use it for. And the stream key is what you link into StreamYard to make it work. Yeah, I think actually, Paul, if you can get us your stream key next time, we can enter it into StreamYard and be also streaming on your channel. We'll talk after the stream about it.
Yeah, I haven't got a clue what a stream key is, mate. Never even heard of it.
We'll watch a YouTube video on it.
I'll have to.
Yes. It's actually not hard if you watch a video and just do it as they tell you. And then, of course, you forget exactly what you've done about 3 seconds later, but it's done. And that's the main thing. So who passed away? What? Oh, yes, exactly. Does anyone want to be a nice secretary for me? You can help me with Autodidactic and OnlyCams. Oh, who passed away? Oh, canal. You can see how equidistant and straight it is.
Too, right? It's the amount of terraforming.
Okay, this is the Great Wall.
And that they're bit at a time, supposedly before it would have been possible too, and they're everywhere. This canal system and all these lock here goes all the way up through the Dnieper River, and then Rostodov I believe, river in Russia, and then up to Moscow, and then from Moscow all the way through to
Is this
Kaliningrad in the
right? Yeah,
Baltic
this
Sea,
one, yeah.
out by Sweden, Finland there, and Estonia, and that it's this canal system, literally from where we are right here in the Black Sea, the Azov Sea, at the edge of Ukraine, travels the entire European continent, I guess, connecting the Baltic to the Black Sea. And okay, I paused it there. So basically, Paul, we found this canal in the Dnieper River in Ukraine, and along it starts this wall of star forts and this star wall, and that we've measured like 200 kilometers of it. I'll let it play on mute in the background. Just in Ukraine going east, and then another 200 kilometers of it in Siberia going east. So it's like probably thousands of kilometers long. And there's a star fort battery in it every, like, I think kilometer or something it was, Campbell.
See, that's interesting.
We'll load it back up. Or Campbell will load it on Google.
Take over. I've got it up. I've got it. If you want to say,
Yeah, sure. Share that instead.
And I'll steal the share. All right. So this is the yellow-blue country that shall not be named. And so it starts down here is the first of the canal system. You can see it from here. Like, look at these are canals, these dead straight lines.
Mm-hmm. Mate, are they quarries or mountains?
Is that trees? I don't know what that. Oh, it's farming.
Cam, what's all that on the left?
Lots of quarries.
Down here.
Yeah, what is that? Quarry?
Oh, that's just in between a river, a floodplain, I think. But it could have been quarried.
Badlands or something. But over here,
yeah, probably is a quarried out.
No, it's up here.
Probably is a quarried out.
There's a star fort. This one. If we come down here, is this a quarried one? I think this one's been dug out. Come on.
Yeah, both sides have been dug out.
Is that the one? No, it was up here.
On the
up here, wasn't it?
On the opposite side of the bank is dug out and a quarry, open quarry.
Oh,
there you go.
That one there, yeah.
You can see it's an open quarry where it starts.
Bloody hell.
These dogs, mate. These dogs, aren't they? They don't care. They just don't care. Look at that.
Yep, see that?
Wow.
Very much looks like it could be an old star and it's just a quarry.
Well, that definitely was. It definitely was. And they've used the old material because it's superior.
And then look at this bank along it. Zoom back into the bank, Campbell, there to the right of it, and there's that staircase there, like up right there. No, zoom back. Yeah, you got it. Right there.
Oh, down in here, yeah.
It looks like an entire wall of stairs. Look at that.
Like a terrace.
Exactly.
Because that's massive, by the way. Them lines are like the size of roads. So that'd be like massive.
Exactly. That's huge.
So that'd be like 5-6 meters per line.
Right?
Wow.
Like that's crazy. And that's how the canal begins.
Cool, you boys have been doing your homework, haven't you?
Clearly man-made. Yeah. And this goes for, this thing.
Mate, I just want to point out, when was this canal done?
These canals, man.
Do you know when this canal was done?
So
well, exactly, we don't know.
Part of the canal system that the Russians have that's been around for like hundreds of years, if not, we probably speculate thousands, but it connects the rivers from the Black Sea all through Russia, and then it comes out in the Baltic Sea in both Kaliningrad and Stalingrad.
You have to realise, how big that canal is, and that has to be pretty much flat. You know that.
Yeah, exactly. I know. It's insane.
So that's down all that distance. Like the canal level, right? This is one thing. The canal level water will be flat because water levels itself out, right? but that canal will have to have a tiny slight fall from A to B to give it that flow going from direction
and the amount
to
of
direction,
ancient locks in it and stuff, it's crazy.
Mate, do you know how much engineering and calculations has to go in there to get them numbers for the fall? Like if you're going 100 miles from A to B, like imagine doing the mathematics to calculate it drops 1 centimeter, and imagine keeping that the whole way through, because it has to be the slightest fall for that water to go from A to B. Otherwise, water will just stay there level, right? And the water's starting in one point and depositing in the sea.
Yeah.
So even though the water level's flat on the canal, underneath it will be slightly at an angle to give it to allow the water to flow in that direction. Now, like I said, imagine the calculations. Imagine the calculations gone into that. Like if that goes up a little bit, like
ridiculous,
or off track a little bit, it messes the whole thing up.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
No.
And you can see it goes into all these lakes, right? So it goes in there.
Yeah, and these lakes, this is a plumbing system.
Keeps going.
Yeah, these are called. This is like a plumbing system, and these lakes are like tanks, basically, where they store the water. When I'm looking at this, I'm looking at the world like a plumbing system now. So you've got the canals be pipes,
Here's another one,
and the lakes would be like tanks, just storing water ready to be used. And then the sea is the wastewater. Everything goes into the sea, which is a waste.
And then it gets called, And then down here, so this is all these canals, and then there's this. When we come inside the canals, we find. Okay, can you see that?
Yep.
I'll see if I can get it better. How do I get that? This one? Is that right? But yeah, see, there's a star there in the ground. They've just farmed over the top of it.
Yeah, a perfect battery. Sorry, I'm just showing right here. This is the entire canal network, and this is the Black Sea right here, and that's the Caspian Sea.
Hang on,
and so they both deposit in the seas.
And this right here is the Baltic Sea, and the canal connects the Caspian and the Black Sea, goes all the way through the rivers in Russia and up to the Baltic Ocean and Sea. That's how big that canal system is. Like, it's literally 1,000 or 1,000 times probably the size of the Suez Canal. It's insane.
Wow, that's another thing I've got to research. I've got to write this one down. Where's my pen? What was that called, Fern?
Here's another star.
My God. I don't know the actual name of it. It's just the canal system that runs through Russia. It connects the Black Sea to the Baltic Sea.
Send him that picture, mate.
And the other one was the pumping station. Pumping station.
The machine of Mali.
Indeed.
That's it.
Yeah, the star.
Mate, these two I'm gonna absolutely research these.
So here we have another star. If Google wants to work, come on, Google. So this one's a harder one to see. There's only sort of a few corners on it, but we need to find the wall. Where's the wall?
Bring them up a lot more.
Come along here. Up here. Okay.
Yeah, so along each of these batteries, there's also a wall connecting it, and we'll be able to see it better now at this segment.
Okay, so here we have a battery. That's a nice one. And we come along, and we find this wall. That's an old
canal there, or old river, dried up.
Well, maybe, who knows?
Yeah, it looks like a dried up river there. And then, look at the wall here. You can start seeing all the bastions on it, and then the star fort in the middle and the bastions. And it literally connects the entire thing. We've done hundreds of kilometers of it.
This was being smoothed out.
Yeah, there's another star down in there.
You can almost see the old river.
And then the wall keeps going up here.
Yeah. You've just got to follow the trees and the bush.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Because that all grows in where the river
kind
used
of
to be.
thing,
Yeah, zoom in a little bit, Campbell. I think the wall gets good here. Yeah, you can start seeing the they've really messed with it lately, hey?
The bastions.
There we go. That's a good
maybe
segment.
I changed it. I might be on the wrong. Oops. Oh god, it's nighttime. What happened?
Yes.
Is that darkness? Am I in the... God, that's not even the right...
So like fall or something like that, a different season.
Do you know what I'd like to do? If you, I don't know, is this on Google Earth?
Yes, it is.
Is there any way you can put the little man down and find out where you are on sea level from here?
Good call.
No, this is what I do everywhere I go. So it will tell you the height you are from sea level.
City. All right. So here's this wall a bit more. So see these bastions, these pointy bits. See, there's a big one there. Goes along.
Is there any way you can do that, Cam? Is to find out how high you are from sea level?
As soon as we get to a town, we'll be able to, or on the road there, maybe. Yeah, see if maybe on the road there, if we can, right by that wall segment.
Here?
Yeah, right there, if we can go on that road. And then if we can see that bastion from there.
Well, give me the height. It might not give you Google, but still give me the height? Or where do you get the height from?
Height. Has it done it?
Oh God, what did I do? Image, away. It's got 0 meters down there. Is that, see? Oh yeah, elevation, 0 meters.
So it's
and then it says 2 meters down the corner here.
So exactly at sea level.
I don't think that's right.
Elevation 0 meters. I did 2 meters.
I think there's no data in the area. That's why it's saying that. So if you can go to a town or something, it'll have data. There's nothing going on, is there?
No, they're out in the backwaters, man.
It is in the middle of an active war zone, so they might not let Google through.
Where's my phone?
Is that a city? Town? It's kind of a town. No. Don't know. I have to.
Well, I'm going to get my phone.
So we have to join the wall up now.
Yeah,
we've got one bit down here, and then we've got to get all the way to Russia. We've got to get up. We've got one there.
Yeah, that's our Siberian segment.
Somewhere.
No, it's down there. That first one you were at. That's where the Siberian segment was.
Is that where it starts? What's down there? Oh, come on, Googles.
Caspian Sea, eh? Where are we? Right, here we are.
So.
Right. So, I'm on the canal. I'm on that canal, right? I'm on it. So we are 54 meters.
I don't know if I can now.
54 meters. Can you hear that?
Canal, but yeah,
54 meters above sea level.
Yeah, and that's on the Dnieper, which has a couple of locks. There's a couple of locks on this canal.
Yeah. So that is exactly where I went, by the way.
Here.
Actually, key area of war in Ukraine is being fought right now.
So you're 150 feet above sea level near that dam.
Yeah, from there to there.
Yeah, so from that dam down to sea level, it drops 150 foot.
That's green engineering with all of those
Which
canals.
I would need to do, obviously. And there's just these old world cities all here, like with these man-made
and like
canals.
the canal that connects into them all.
Like,
It's
these old worlds.
Yeah. It's like a motorway, isn't it? It's like a highway, and then you come off onto an A road into the towns.
it is. It's their It's their ancient highways. It's how everything was and traveled and
Yeah,
lived.
transport materials, everything that way.
Like, look at Germany. When their river got so low right now, I think it's still right now. Like, half their industry shut down because the barges don't fit up the river anymore.
Yeah, right. Starfoot, anyone? Exactly the same as we see everywhere, right? Including off the coast of the USA, right? 100, what is it? 200 miles off land, 16 million red bricks.
Wow.
Exactly the same as this, which is in the middle of Serbia or
They must
somewhere.
have had a brick factory on site.
Still got the old world buildings in them. They must have, and a crap load of kilns.
Yeah.
But so this is a star. So that's clearly a star. Starfoot there. I need to mark that.
Is that what you guys are doing now? You're mapping out waterways with attached star cities or star forts or factories. Yeah, mate,
Big time.
But what you should always do is
everything we can find, pretty much.
Always look for this. What I've been doing, and it's very revealing, is always looking to find out the elevation of what you're looking at. That's for me one of the key points now is that elevation, especially when you're dealing with water, because it tells you what way it's coming from and where it's going. Because water don't go uphill, does it? So
100%, Paul. That's actually crucial parts to check out with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, God, let's just type.
That's going to be fascinating math as we start gathering the statistics between all of these canal sites.
Yeah.
And whatnot along
if you know a canal, the water only flows one way. It don't go both ways.
Exactly, and they have to have locks in it, and that they've turned all of those major rivers into these canals and these locks.
Mm.
And just look at the grid system there, right? Oh, this whole world, what do you call that? Fan out system. It's just everywhere. And of course, look what's directly across from the star, right?
Is that power station? Golf course, right? Yeah,
always,
yeah.
Right? Always.
But it's funny, they always call them old towns as well, didn't they? In the middle of the Starfall, you've got an old town.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, old town, yeah. And so this is, I don't even know what city this is. Nizhny.
Right, just some Russian city along, I think the Volga River at that point, this canal system is. It's crazy that they've connected their major...
I wonder if... Hang on a minute, I want to look at something.
Is this, where am I?
Now you're back at the wall on the Dnieper River. That's the Dnieper River wall.
The Dnieper River, I want to see the elevation of that. Let's have a look.
The Dnieper. Huh?
Yeah, I'm on it now. So yeah, that's 58 meters above sea level. That there.
That area where the canal runs off.
Yeah. So it's always on a constant fall because the water has to go from A to B. So even though the water level's flat, because water level's out, the what's conveying it underground will be it'll have a slight fall to allow the water to flow in that direction, but the level will be flat. So that's 58 meters above sea level here.
Check this star out. So this is an old half-sunk star. You can see the top of the crown there.
Yeah.
And all these little starport islands, right? They're everywhere. These little...
Yeah, I'd love to know what's going to to drain that.
Star island things. Yeah, exactly. I wonder what's under the water, right? But then this is up in the top of Russia, right? Pops out into a man-made canal. And we can see all the other canals running through this old world city. Nice big star here. But this canal system, look at this. Cruises around, goes into here, and then just before, isn't it? it hits the water. It takes off as a canal.
I would find out what the sea level is here, and then find out what the sea level is at the other one, and see which way the flow of the water is going.
Well, because it's literally connecting the Baltic Sea, like the Baltic North Atlantic Ocean, into the Black Sea, which is the Mediterranean Sea, which is like the mid-South Atlantic, and going through the two major Russian rivers, and they canaled them out and connected them through this ancient canal system.
So what's the elevation here then?
It says 3 meters.
3 meters? You must be near the sea then.
Yeah, because this, right? Yeah. I think right now
we're right next.
It's right by the Baltic Sea.
We're like
Yeah, right, fair enough.
Yeah. Oh, this is Kaliningrad.
But
this is Kaliningrad, Russia, in the Baltic.
Check this. It always goes back to sea level.
Yeah.
Oh,
exactly.
Always.
Check out this canal.
Look at all canals.
There's a name for that canal. There's a name for it when it runs alongside the
right on the ocean.
Yeah.
It's
mate, where I live is full of this, mate. It's full of this. It's full of it.
All the way around.
And this canal goes all the way to Moscow.
And no doubt
it goes all the way to Moscow.
Where is Moscow?
And
Finland.
Way east.
Finland's got some awesome stuff. Yeah, we're way in the wrong spot, aren't we? Finland.
Yeah, we're at the other end of that canal. We're actually right by where N1 and N2, the gas pipelines blew up. We're literally right by that right now. This is where it begins.
Look at this kind of area, man. This is all
to Germany.
Look at this. This is all looks man-made, right? Or like at least maybe sunken, like all man-made edges.
Yeah, both. A bit of both can.
100%.
God, come on, Google Earth. Oh, okay. There's a starfort down there. Weird.
Oh yeah,
but this whole thing, right? Look at it. Right. And that looks like an old world something. Golf courses. I mean, this place, the fjords, right? The fjords. Who designed the fjords? Was that for Rebelbrock or someone?
You could be correct. I think you're right.
Is that for Rebelbrocks? Oh, look, it's a horse. What were we going to look at? Moscow's.
Both Moscow and then also after we look at Moscow, the other southern Siberian section of the wall.
Come on. Sorry, viewers, this doesn't make the best review, does it? When you
that looks like the River Thames, doesn't it?
Right? Almost identical.
Yeah. And you can see perfectly here.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see
the
that.
old world
circle.
city in there.
Yep.
And then on the other side,
like there's another one outside of it.
This little bit on the other side and an island. Yeah. Out here.
Yep.
And I think that's what they do. So, if we come down, this is just, these big star forts everywhere. This is all star forts and stuff. Canal systems. Old world ads. Where's the big star? It's in here somewhere. Oh well. But yeah, so that's what's that? What's this? Bloody Moscow.
So as they say in Russia, I must go.
And then just to pause for a sec, and before you leave that, I got to remind of the Ferram Foundation and how they measured Moscow here. All of the roads are these geoglyphs. And
I noticed that. I could notice that as we were doing that.
That they radial out the exact lengths of the the territory of modern day Russia, and it's built into the roads and links of the old city. So that's something we're going to have to look a lot more into going forward with these geoglyphs, or these old cities, and that they're actually geoglyphs. Like that's beyond fascinating.
Yeah. Look at that for a tower. Oh, there it is. Oh, St. Basil's.
Just such beautiful antiquity.
So look what they got just in this square, man. Yeah, they got this. They got St. Basil's. Got this massive building here. This thing's awesome, whatever this is. Look how big it is as well. And then this one down the end. Oh, and more steeples.
Right. And, there's a couple more behind that one.
Area.
But behind that, Campbell, if you can go forward, there's a couple more cathedrals in there behind the red one. I think the red one's their military building, and then there's a couple white cathedrals behind it. Like just
wow. So that's a star for it.
Yeah, look at that.
Oh, they're actually points on the fort, I think.
Yeah. Wow. What is this? What is this big yellow thing there? What is that? Giant dome in the middle. Like, look at these.
In the middle. Oh, there's that. I've seen that one.
Oh, we got the kitty.
The boy. The big boy.
That big yellow thing down.
Yeah, right. Look at that.
Oh, look at all of these. Look at all of those domes.
Probably won't let us go inside. Yeah. We can get a bit of a look at it. That thing. There's the dome there. So this is inside the Star Fort. So look at the size of these buildings. So you can see how big these things are. And that's one of the gates.
That's 3 stories, so that's like 7 or 8 right there.
It's just madness, isn't it? So what's this big Greco-Roman thing? See there? Why don't we get any closer? Look at that. So just insane, and that's just inside the walls of this star.
Yeah, what's all on the island even?
Of course, we got down in here.
Right, they had almost identical layouts, the old cities.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, this shape we see everywhere. This sort of garden layout.
Mm-hmm.
Like, are those
always the bridge, always the islands, always the meanders.
And like the roads.
See, this looks like another little section. See?
Yeah, you can see that was an addition. That was an addition to that river. As in, that was a star fort or star city.
Yeah.
It's big time.
No, it looks like there's a few scattered around that.
Big time.
Yeah. I'm just wondering if there are places for different, who knows, right? Different projects or something. But just ridiculous. And then, of course, all this brutalism, bloody apartment buildings that everyone has to now live in, right?
Yeah.
Concrete jungles.
Exactly.
Yeah, this stuff. This is where everyone lives, right? We've got all these beautiful Tartarian buildings, and the people have to live in these things.
Yeah.
These very brutalist square.
Everything's like that now, though, isn't it? These big buildings don't even last long either. They're built out of crap.
Yeah, no, they don't. So there we go. That's a bit of Moscow. You are on the travel channel, Tartarian Travels. That's right. Going across the realm. Not really. Where are we going now, Bern? What did you say you wanted to see?
So the we're upside down. There we go. The middle of Siberia. So the far right, the middle right, over more. There you go. the up. So yeah, top left there. Top left from where we are. Left, straight left now. Oh, you were right there. You were there.
Here, sort of.
No, right where you just were, Campbell. It was
Over
that
here,
bottom
yeah.
dot. There we
this
go.
bit.
No, to the left, to the left. To the left. All of the cluster right on the left. There you go.
More?
There you go. Right there. There. No,
Oh,
no, no.
this.
No,
From
no,
here.
no, no, no. No. Okay.
God. You're
There
5
you go.
seconds
Right
behind me,
there.
aren't you?
Right here. There you. Yes.
All right.
There we go. This is the wall portion in Siberia that we got in the like far east, mid Russia, middle of nowhere.
All right. So, there we go. So you can see the point there, the bastion. Walk goes along. Here. Some of it there.
Yeah. Right there.
There you go. And then you can see it quite here. Then it been cut up a bit. Down here.
Yeah, you can see the bastions pretty good here.
And you can see it. There are bastions, but it's not letting us see. We can see that. Oh God, come on, Google Earth. Satellites, right? We get the same picture because we've got satellites running around in space, taking all these pictures. So they obviously work the same everywhere. But okay, here we go. We are here. So yeah, see that one there? Go along. There's another one there. Go along. There's another one there. So they're all equidistant. There's one there. There. Let me go around the corner and lose our picture. But it keeps going. And the markers is these bastions, right? These pointy bits, like these. And these we see everywhere. I've got maps of New York City, New Amsterdam. With these, the walled city with a wall exactly like this wall on it. These exact. And you know what? I bet that we should measure the angles.
Definitely, they're 45. They're 45 degrees.
The same across the
Yeah, the angles and the distance of them, and I bet they're going to be the exact same. And like the old maps of like Wall Street, New York, that is this identical wall will probably be the same lengths as that we find here in the middle of Siberia. And like this wall where we started in the Dnieper, it's continuing all the way here, and that there's star forts, the batteries everywhere in between. Still along this, like this is thousands of kilometers and like no history, and what the heck is the purpose of it? This identical wall of star forts and batteries.
And I mean, what happened here? What was here? God, they're destroying something.
Right. Well,
and
looks
again,
like
even just looking, you just see these funny, triangles kind of everywhere. It's just a bit sus, right? I mean, that could clearly be an old world city. You can almost see that, with their bloody canals.
Yeah, they're
and stuff
quarrying out and mining it again.
But who knows?
Everywhere.
And so the wall, here we go. So the wall keeps going. Except it's really hard to see because Google doesn't want us to. Is that the wall? Looks like it's not in the right spot. Okay, there's another star. Okay, so the wall
intersects with the star in the city here.
Wow.
Yeah, okay, there's the wall there. So there's another point. And this is like literally just through people's backyards, man. So it's all
like nobody even knows that this thing is there pretty much.
Yeah, see this one, see how you can just make it out?
Yeah.
And some of them are literally mounds.
Where I live in Southend, they've got
just
there's a whole island like this, a whole island that's just been completely smoothed out, but it's full of canals, it's full of straight lines, 45-degree angles, even the banks going up to it at mad angles. Like, it's all precision, but it's all been smoothed out. It's all fields now. It's just fields.
Right, exactly. Like, I guarantee, like, all the lines and stuff in here are old canals that are now filled in and stuff that were going along with this Star Star City and the Star Wall. Like, and now it takes off out of the city and goes up. Yeah, I think it gets even more visible here. The wall, clear section of it.
Look at that,
it looks pretty good here, yeah.
And like,
you know what? I'd like to get the LiDAR on that.
And these are all, equidistant.
Exactly, Paul. That's what we're going to have to do a follow-up episode on, is doing the LiDAR on that, or if we can figure it out now.
It cuts out all the crap, so you just see the ground. And it depends on how
that like a program
is. You can
like
go down 2 meters or a meter. Sorry, mate.
Is it a program that we can overlap this with?
Is it, or is it like a physical thing?
It's I'm using the website, so it's already been mapped out, and I'm just going like, it's like Google Earth, basically.
Okay, all right. So
so it's already been done.
So someone's had to go out and take photos. Yeah, cool. Oh, let us know what the site is, because.
I'll send you the link after. I'll send it to you on WhatsApp, man. There's a couple of them. I've got one for Amsterdam. I've got one, and I've got 3 for England. Not Amsterdam, Netherlands. Sorry, I've got one for Netherlands and 3 for England.
Oh, that'd be an interesting one.
Yeah, it is a very interesting one, mate. Because a lot of it's underground anyway. Not underground, below sea level.
Ooh, that's fascinating stuff.
No, it looks like it's is it dug out here, or is that like a channel? Built up.
Like built up. Like, you know, it's like layers, the wall.
And then this one's just been smashed off, and this one's almost disappeared. So, it's all in all these different states of repair. Kind of, you come back out here and it's going again. So this thing goes for bloody ever, man. I mean, that's how far we got out here, I think. And what do they teach us? The Great Wall of China, man. The Great Wall of China is nothing compared to this.
I think I've read somewhere, Cam, that the Great Wall of China's, there's another one right next to it that no one gets to see, and it runs alongside of it, and it's one that's been dismantled.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, they have that same canal system in China too.
Yeah. But I think they also made a mock one. Their cities are based on other cities. I think they've made like a Great Wall, like a.
Oh yeah, like their Paris and all of that.
There's a Great Wall of India as well, isn't there?
Yeah. There is. Yeah. There is. So this is it here, I think. Is that it? Great Wall. Why is it down there? There's nothing down there. Is that it? Okay, this is it. So, it's pretty big. So it goes from down here somewhere. Oh, hang on. Jesus, that's still it. That is big. Wow. Okay.
Oh, it's a great wall.
It's massive, isn't it?
It is great. It is big. And look what's on the corners, these squares, right? Which is, fairly similar to a lot of the stuff we see otherwise, but it doesn't have the bastions on it. And then it just stops there, does it? Is that it? He's run out of bricks. Holy dooly. Look, he's ran out of bricks, man. Is that is it, isn't it? Oh, come on, Goose, do your job. Is everyone getting
Just
really annoyed
wow.
at the noise of scrolling? But that is it. So yeah, all up here, and of course all through mountain range. Actually, is that maybe that's a road? Maybe it stops here. Oh no, that is the wall. And then it keeps going this way as well. Okay, it's a little offshoot. Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, every
It
which
is.
way. Truly a great wall. But I suspect
great.
all of Star Forts is the exact same.
So basically, it's almost like not so much a country, but I guess a region, territory that's been walled off.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Literally, that they've walled
Like
the
a
whole
city
region.
or something. Yeah.
Yeah, quite intense ancient engineering out here, and
We've definitely gone
needs to
backward.
be explored.
And then where are the? So that's China. Oh, the Forbidden City's not too far. Where are the? Oh, okay. Wow, they're way down there. Okay, that's all the Chinese pyramids. And then up here is the Forbidden City, which looks a lot like Angkor Wat, and what's sunken off the coast of Nan Madol, right? Look at this, perfectly square city, moated.
That's very interesting. That looks very much like Angkor Wat. That does, doesn't it?
Isn't it right?
Almost identical.
Doesn't
And
it?
then this right here is the canal system of China, ancient China. And it also is the entire, pans all of China, the rivers of China, all the way up to Beijing and down.
Have you worked out where that's started?
There's a few videos on it that we'll have to do a video our own of it.
Yeah, I'd like to know where that starts. I'd love to know where that starts and where that water's coming from.
Yeah, it's a couple of rivers. The Lao River, the East Zhejiang Canal, the Middle River, the Tonggu River, the Northern Canal, the White River, the Wet River, the Southern Canal.
Wet River.
It's literally all. It's through all of China. This ancient. It's at least 500 years old officially, but it's more likely like thousands, if not
Definitely
tens of thousands, and that's the exact same as Russia's canal systems that connect the Baltic Sea and the Caspian Sea and the Black Sea, which it's crazy. Both of them have this. The ancient Tartarian lands were all connected through canals.
Anchor Thumb. Let's have a look at that. Someone just wrote in the comments, Anchor Thumb. Rudy and the dogs. Big up, man. I'm going to check this out.
Oh, okay. So this is.
Oh, there it is.
Look at this. This is a staff.
Yes. Thank you. They've just started excavating this place apparently, and literally 4 times the size of Angkor Wat. It's nuts, and it's right by it.
That's what I mean. We're always given crumbs. Do you know that?
Look at that.
Like, we are given like crumbs. And yeah, look at that.
Well, look at this, right? Clearly part of the, old world Star Fort construction. That is the tip of Tasmania.
Right. Wow.
That's as far away from anywhere as you can get. That's down near Antarctica, man. Right down here. Yeah.
Wow.
And they got New Zealand.
I don't know if you're going to be able to see that, but that's Angkor Thom,
right? What's it called? Angkor
Thom, THOM.
Angkor what?
Thom, THOM. Yeah, that's mental, man. I'm going to check that one out. That looks flipping incredible. The area, 3.4 miles. Location.
Angkor Thom.
It's got the builder.
Town, or is there?
It's
Is
a
it?
temple site, and it's the water
Oh, God.
features of Angkor Thom are supposedly like 4 times the size of Angkor Wat, and that's why it's like just
Oh,
more
God.
recently
I've
been
got, I've
discovered.
got so much to
Oh,
research.
I can't see it. Oh my gosh, it must be around here somewhere. Angkor Thom, you said. Angkor.
A
On the
mile
screen
north
right
of
now,
Angkor Wat.
Campbell. On the screen, Angkor Thom, Thomm.
Angkor. Oh, MM. Okay. Let's see if that makes a difference. No, it's just showing me this city, so ancient. Okay. Angkor Thom. Canada? No, we don't want to go to Canada. What the
Valley
hell?
of Jars. What's that about?
Well, what the value of
Jars.
the giants?
Oh, that's quite interesting.
Oh,
Valley.
jars. Yeah, that's
Cool, man.
in where is that? Micronesia. It's sort of down this
Yeah,
area. There's
Mate,
also one.
I've been given so much. Mate, I've got loads of work to do after this. Valley of Jars.
There's also one in France. I think. Here we
Valley of Jars.
go. Here's a star, right? Pretty much the same that we were looking at up in Russia and the Ukraine. Same layout, right? And this one is down in off the coast of, is it Indonesia somewhere? Yeah, Indonesia. Is that Indonesia? I think it is. Yeah. So these things are everywhere, right? It's just mad. East Timor. So there we go. I'm going to stop.
It's universal, isn't it? That's the thing. It's universal. It's everywhere.
Well, that's what first got me going is, these star flights. And when you start seeing them, and especially in the US, they got perfect ones. And, and it's like, hang on, that doesn't match. And then you find them in Australia, then you find them in little islands in the tropics. And it's like, hang on, what's going on here?
Everywhere.
Yeah, what is going on here?
That's clearly the same. Yeah.
It's insane. It's the same cultures all over. These lost grand civilizations.
Just reading the comments. Ta-da, rich kid.
Rich kid. Oh. Where are we?
It's the plane.
So we've been going 2 hours and 14 minutes. The Plain of Jars. So that is...
Yeah, that's a good site.
Rich kid, easy tigers.
But there's also Paul Cook's work on this, but I guess we might have to do it next time. The electricity.
Yeah, Siberia does have the hole, the 8 mile hole, was it? That they drilled down and they couldn't get through?
Yeah, the Kola borehole.
Oh.
Yeah.
Kola bore, yeah.
We touched on it a little bit last time, but we'll go more into it next time, I guess. Because we still have to do our the Tartarian reactor group, right? That's got to be the Brucey bonus before we go. Is our
we're going to have to go through. We didn't even get to the test. No. And just a shout out, we may have to expand Onicams to include Cambodians. So yeah, there you go.
My mistake. It was a Valley of Jars. It's called the Plain of Jars.
Yeah.
Well, even though I typed in Valley of Jars, it still come up. So it's all right, mate. It's all good. The Hydronimo. All systems go.
Thank you for being with us, looking, LQ King. Dream well. I'll talk to you soon.
Indeed.
Call me the bastard. Oh, that's not very nice. I don't know if I should or not. I want to, but it's me. Thanks for being here, Richard. What have we got here? 268 of you still with us 2 hours in. So thank you all for being with us. Hope you enjoyed this one. Bit of a romp, but I think we'll have to get Paul back and get into the magazines, right? With this old tech stuff. Maybe we'll go get a few old magazines together and go through some of that stuff.
Yeah.
And then
that's definitely an episode all on its own. And
that's
for
a
the
good one to
Brucey
do
bonus,
because that kind
before
of
we
stuff is very easily accessible. Anyone can get those mags and go through, because that's exactly what you did, right, Paul? You were just going through them and you're like, what the hell? What's that?
Yeah, I mean, if anyone wants these
from
magazines, I just want to. If anyone wants these magazines, you can email me and I'll send them to you. I'm not interested in having a conversation. You just send me an email and I'll send you the magazines.
Exactly.
And I don't mean that horribly. So obviously, I expect there's probably going to be about 50 people to email me now. I've said that, but anyone can go and look at these magazines. You email me, I'll just send the magazines straight away, the PDFs.
Yeah, or just search up what is it? Popular Mechanic, Popular Electrics. You know, go to Wayback Machine, stuff like that. So what's
is
the
it time
Brucey
for
bonus then?
Yeah, the Brucey bonus. Is it time for the Tartarian Reactors group where we react to other Tartarian videos, and we're going to be reacting to videos of videos made making fun of us, like Tartarian Truth Channel. Look at this. Paul Cook calls out
Oh God!
all the memes. Campbell is
don't play that
desperate
one,
to end
the fight.
The other night.
Oh yeah, by the way, I got to go. But see you guys.
Oops.
I'm out of here. You're not showing screen. Share your screen. Oh, there we go. So this is a channel we've found called Tartarian Truth. Are you in the chat, Tartarian Truth? If you are, thank you for leaving my links.
I thought I was sharing it the whole time. Oops.
Yeah, big up Tartarian.
Okay.
Good,
so
good picture there.
Yeah. So this is Autodidactic. Desperately tries to end an interview by talking about chips.
I watched this last night.
Did you?
Yeah, this was funny, man. This was funny. I was just waiting for
right at the end, right when you woke up, right when we were.
It's the most random clip. It's like
you're like, how do you like your chips?
We do a whole sort of 2 hours, and at the end we're talking about chips, and he clips that. That's hilarious.
I wasn't able to read the bottom.
You got no interwebs? Oh, you do?
Staying, come on.
Come on, Gil.
Oh.
It's trying.
It's trying.
Circle, man. Do you want me to share? I might have more electrons
more bandwidth.
In interwebs.
Okay, I'll stop sharing and I'll let you share.
All right, here we go. All right, Tartarian Truth.
My interwebs is clogging up, man.
So we're going to react, aren't we? Here you go. All right, Tartarian Truth. So there's you'll see if you come here, you'll see all the common names. Like we're all here. If you're not, then what are you doing? Make more content. Talk about chips.
See, I thought I was sharing that earlier.
Beard and or elongated skull, even. Who knows? Alienish. But on the other side of the dragon-headed dude. And also trying to confirm these things. I want to find these guys and these two here, like the Moai-looking guys. And yeah, that.
What kind of chips do you eat? Yeah, come on.
What?
What kind of chips do you eat, and why are they strange? Why are the chips you eat strange?
Like chips, French fries or fries, like or are they like the little
Exactly right. This is exactly right. Talking to Americans about chips. Is it chip? Is it fries? Is it chip? Is it crisp? We don't know.
Right.
Are these spot on the pie?
Is it the snack or is it the thing that is served with fish?
Rave? Yeah, I love. Mate, I went out raving for 10 years. Hindu. I went out raving for 10 years, by the way.
Oh, I love the poutine. Poutine.
What?
Oh man.
What do I have to say? Sorry, if Autodidactic would just say what he wants to end this stream. Oh, okay. That's right. I'm trying to end the stream, guys.
Oh man. Good tight.
Yeah, Cam, are you actually trying to end the stream?
Oh, am I not sharing?
No, I mean, in the video we were reviewing, was you actually trying to cut it short? Or was it just chit chat?
We were wrapping it up, but
Right.
This was the very end after like 2 hours when we were probably both a bit delirious, but we were just going through comments, and all these comments about Canadian chips started appearing. So we talked about Canadian chips.
Only Cams. Oh, I love that. That is flipping brilliant, mate.
absolutely epic.
The taste of
It's fire.
or to fry, and also salt and
Reaction. That was a reaction. Come on. Did you see that reaction?
Yeah.
Are you ready? Are you ready?
Right?
There it was.
There's the Tartarian reactor of the day.
That's a Maltese look.
Isn't it some sort of myth that an internal combustion? Sorry, combustion engine when I'm
Very boring minutes.
They were interesting moments. Come on.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
I haven't been able to. And I was like, I restrict my phone and shit, so I can't create a new account.
Clearly, he's not my biggest fan, but I am a fan of Tartarian truth.
Yeah, I'm a fan.
What's with all the random faces?
I like the pictures he does. Like all the different pictures with the hedge put on them.
There's definitely people doing that. Petrol cars, which is probably why they,
A few moments later.
everything can be streamlined, right? It's like Mike. We were talking the other day that Mike from Faraday Research built a step-up mode, and what did he start with? 2 times the power output, and now he's up to something like 1,000, like 5 motors in. So
Right.
it's all there.
And that's just him testing.
This isn't
other
funny
people's
anymore.
Builds, rebuilding like his
Where's the
own
funny
stuff,
stuff?
Those builds. But then
Yeah.
his next major build is doing his own build out of like everything he's already made and like taking
This is a bit too much like information.
and like combining it.
I'm going to start learning something when I fast forward
Have you ever seen the burn?
it. Anyway,
Have you ever seen the burn dance? Maybe they thought.
Oh God,
Maybe
the
they thought I
Bernie
was
dance.
Oh my god.
What is it,
Bernie dance.
This guy like watches a lot of manga.
It's like this big giant dude.
Not
Like
getting
just,
burned. I was getting burned. I'm burning.
oh man, that'd be worse. No, please no.
Who are all these faces? We did the state dance. Yes, so for all the easy stuff,
Anytime. And make fun of me all you want. Tartarian truth. I love it.
On Wednesday, more history. Oh my God. So there we go. We need to get more professional, Bernie. Clearly. So 2 hours, 7 minutes.
Yeah. Hey, we got to start editing in anime.
If anyone does, yeah, apparently. And kids.
Oh, that's a good one. We need to get that clip.
A key thing about hydrogen engines, combustion that runs on hydrogen, is that it has to be able to handle higher temperature.
Oh, that was a bit rude.
Higher pressure, right?
God.
And usually diesel engines are easier to convert to use hydrogen than standard gasoline.
Is that
But
Ice Cube?
I also
Really?
have a contact who has a patent in Calgary where I live that used to work for energy.
Hey, I'm very excited about this guy.
He's putting subtitles up for what I'm actually saying. Am I that incoherent?
It's designed to run on the higher temperatures and combustion and everything. So
it's like you're trying to get away. You're trying to get away, Cam.
Is that him?
Deep in the topic.
Is that the dude? Was that the dude? You reckon? Like at the end? Was that Tartarian Truth Man?
We need the Facebook reveal, don't we?
Our first
We need
reaction
the
video.
Facebook reveal.
Comments, and if you want Autodidactic without me and apparently also without Kelly, go to Autodidactic too, where his short clips.
Exactly, yeah, right. And stop complaining.
Thanks,
So what were you
Shake.
saying, Paul?
Big up. One love.
I'm gonna cover it. Woohoo. So there we go, guys. The first Tartarian reactors video reacting to ourselves being reacted to. So I think we're onto something. If you want more reactions, let us know.
On OnlyCam.
We will do it. We are not afraid.
We are not
who is
afraid.
that
We are never afraid. We are not afraid
Boy.
of being on camera.
You know
I love
what
that
you're
so much.
doing, right? You know the next video we're going to find on this channel is it's going to be Autodidactic thinks he's an internet model or something.
Oh, that's
seriously.
wonderful.
We can react to it, so I think that's good.
Exactly.
Cheers, Shake.
So there we go. I think we're all losing our minds. 2:27. 2 hours, 27 minutes. Thank you again, Paul. We'll be in contact. We'll get you back on in a week or two. Thank you for everyone in chat. We love you all. Thanks for everyone who supported us and gave super chats. We love you. That will go directly into keeping us here, basically paying our streaming bills and things. So thank you. And we'll be back. You'll find the links for below. Go subscribe to the channels if you haven't already. And we'll all be back on a screen near you in the near future. So we don't have what are we going to choose? Let's see, random outro. I don't know. I'm just going to close my eyes and click, guys. So love you all. Stay awesome. Thank you, Paul. And we'll talk to you all on the next upload.
The autodidactics, the self-educated on what's actually out there.
We're just trying to rediscover, research, remember. With what's gone on in the last few years, it's like, can we really trust the information we've been given about anything? You know, if they're not going to tell us what's good for us, for our mental and physical well-being, then why would they tell us the truth about where we came from? You know, because that's the biggest thing, is people don't want to believe they've been lied to. You know, obviously no one wants to be lied to. And then the next bit after that is, they would never do that to us. You know, the government loves us, but does it really? Because we trust the science. Like literally, they put on a front for us on their Tell Live Vision, where they have their cast and they do a broadcast from Hollywood with their little holly wands. But it's just a front, right? Just like they put on the buildings. It's just a front.
We used their foundations and then covered it with a facade. Catastrophism used to be taught in higher education at the geology. It wasn't the crustal displacement theory, it was catastrophism, and that there was many resets. So we're just starting to put the pictures back together and the maps and trying to add everything up because so much has been deleted.
Tartaria. Where did it come from? What's the real story?
It seems like, and there's a lot of, debate about the word Tartaria, and of course, we use it because, it's a topic, that's a word that people know, but it's the old world. But the more we look into this, Tartaria, basically in the old encyclopedia says it was basically the whole northern hemisphere at one point. So it seems that it was not a country as we think of them, but more of a civilization, I guess, where there was independent countries, but they were all sharing the same information and technology and working together. Yeah, and then basically over time, during catastrophes, it got broken apart, and those people who like to take advantage, shall we say, sort of jumped in and stole it all.
It's the same civilization, that same Slavic civilization and technology and whatnot, or group that later was Tartaria and then, I guess, broke apart. It would have been right before the World Wars, right? That would have been the last remnants being wiped out.
You know, the censorship that we see now, that's a book burning. That's just the book burning, but done on the internet.
Burn it.
Time. You know, and the calendars and the dates, we know they're always flipping calendars around, right? You know, from Julian to Gregorian. You know, we talked about the Slavic calendar being, you know, in the year 7000. We know that Judaism in the year 5000 somewhere. You know, all these different dates, and we're told we're in the year 2022. But are we? And what does that even mean? Right? How can we be in the year 2022 if someone else is in the year 5000 and something, and someone else is in the year 7000, right?
Right, the grand cycle, and why so many ancient civilizations paid so much attention to it, and building measuring the megalithic structures that have lasted throughout all of time. That's the grand celestial calendar to this day. And it's why they're trying to have this great reset yet again right now, because everybody's waking up, so they want to try to erase it all over again. Don't ever try this at home.